Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Just want to give you guys another update on where we're at with the car and what we've done up to now. And in the last video we talked about raising the body up and another 2 inches, and we've done that now. And so now we've raised the body up and it's sitting 2 inches off the chassis, so we now have 2 inches more headroom, and it's given us a lot more clearance for the engine and just a whole bunch more clearance, more than we expected. At the same time, we also lowered the engine down about 2 inches as well, and so that gave us a whole lot of height for superchargers and things like that, and lowered the CG of the overall engine and big heavy parts in the car, you know, like the transmission and things like that. So now the transmission is exactly flush with the bottom line of the chassis, and same thing with the engine. We're gonna have to alter the oil pan and get a custom oil pan made, or go dry sump, either way. So we're looking at both of those options. And now we've actually set the car down to the ground as low as possible to get our optimal ride height quality, because we're going to end up redoing the chassis and kind of relocating our suspension and some of the geometry for the race version. So now what we're doing, we've taken the XTR version of the blade, and we're turning it into the GT1 version of the blade, which is the race car version. So there's a lot of things that's going to happen to this new car. Essentially, is we're going to be widening the body panels for a wider track width up front, which I've talked about before, and then we're going to add a full roll cage to the car that meets all of the race specs for a variety of classes that we can put it into and stuff. So that's some of the things that we're doing. That's coming up now, and right now you can kind of look around and you can kind of point over here at the engine. So you've noticed the whole thing is taken apart now, and it's pretty empty up front. We've removed, you know, the intercooler and the radiator and all the piping and stuff. We've left the turbos in place, but one of the big things that we're going to kind of experiment with is the location of the turbos. I want to possibly move them over to the side and do a side exiting exhaust, because right now we have the turbos coming in and the exhaust feeds into the turbo, then it loops back around, and then it's a tight fit down between the floor pans and in between the transmission and all that. And so there's this, you know, tremendous heat buildup, and then there's a space thing that we're trying to resolve, which is running full exhaust and the catalytic converters, and trying to find, you know, places to make it full 50 state legal, things like that. So now, you know, and I've kind of played with this idea before, and you guys may have seen it in some of my old renderings of a side exiting exhaust system. So now, if we can put the turbos over on the side, we can clear up a lot of space up front, and we can bring back the push rod suspension setup that I wanted for the front that we didn't have time to implement for the SEMA show. And so we had push rod suspension in the back, but not in the front. And I'd like to bring all that back and then have enough room, and then also bring some of the weight that the turbos bring and moving it back behind the center line of the wheels for just a little bit better center of gravity or weight ratio balance. So anyway, so that's what we're looking at, and now we've already have the body aligned into our center line of the car. We've actually cut the front end off, so it's just kind of sitting there, and we've moved it over a little bit to kind of realign it a little bit better, and then we're going to be developing new body panels, side panels for the car. They're going to be sticking out another, you know, 2 inches or so up front, and then we'll have that big opening that comes out here, and then there should be enough space to run the exhaust down through the side of the car, and you shouldn't even know. So it's not going to be like a Viper or anything like that, where you're going to see like an indentation of where the exhaust is. I think we'll probably end up having like some cooling holes that will help, you know, filter some of the air through the exhaust system to keep that side panel cool, so it doesn't affect the body panels, and we'll have some special materials in there too. But at any rate, that's kind of the ideas that we're playing around with. Feel free to give your opinions on, you know, turbo placement and your ideas maybe of where you think the best location would be for the turbos on this. We have tons of room over on the side of the engine. You guys can see there's just this amount of room. I mean, there's a box in this area here, but this doesn't have to be here. And so we have all of this room to put turbos really close to the exhaust, which is going to cause them to spool up really fast. And then we have a lot of room to even run catalytic converters and other whatever components. Although this is going to be a race car, we're kind of thinking about, you know, this relocation for the XTR version as well. So that's, you know, it's for both models. But at any rate, you kind of get the idea. And so feel free to, you know, let us know what you think. Then on top of that, I have a new tool coming in, which is a tube bender. And if you've been following me on Instagram or something, or Facebook, I've posted some pictures for it. And this tube bender is going to be coming in this week, and I'll do a video on the bender. And I've used one before, like one of the JD2, I think it was 32 or JD2 3 benders. I'm not really sure exactly which one it was, but and it was good. I just was looking for something that's different and new, and it was kind of wearing out and getting wobbly on me. And this new one is new and innovative, and I really like how it functions, and I think that that's going to perform pretty well. So I want to do a special video of kind of just something new that I want to play around with, which is just a like a build or a product type video, and show you guys, you know, how to put it together and what you can do with it and things like that. And that way you guys know at home a nice affordable, you know, bender, because this is like a tube bender that you can get for under $1,000, you know, basically, and you know, totally do any kind of chassis work that you want to do on a car. Really nice quality. So at any rate, I'll do more videos on that coming up soon. Probably my next video will cover that, and I'll put a link in the description. It's from a company called what are they about? Rogue. So blanked out for a second. So it's Rogue Fabrication. So I'm going to do a video covering Rogue, and you'll kind of see everything that it does. But other than that, that's kind of, you know, where we're at. We have the car, as you can see, at its you know, height, and then we're going to be opening up these wheel wells and things like that. So there's going to be a lot going on. Right now, we've, you know, basically just doing a lot of body alignment and a lot of just kind of detail work with that's just kind of tedious with alignment. You know, it's always about the measuring of everything and getting all the symmetry correct, especially since we're going back to body work now, and we're going to be doing new fender work and on the front and the back. We need to make sure that the body is perfectly centered onto the chassis, and then that we have, you know, hard you know, measurement points that are located, you know, in my garage, as well as to the chassis and from the chassis to the body, so that we know exactly where everything is, so that when we're fitting all the panels and everything, that we're, you know, dead on with all the stuff. So so anyway, with that said, that's pretty much it for this video. We didn't really do a whole lot that you can kind of tell, although there's been a lot done, but there'll be more coming up in the next videos. So I will see you guys in next week or so. I want to try to do one of these every week, and so for my next video, I'd like to do like a Ask Me Anything deal. So if you guys have a question that you want to ask me, or have something that, you know, like a car question or a business question or a component question about something or a tool or whatever, and you think I may know something, then I may not, then feel free to ask me, and then I'll try to answer these questions in the next upcoming videos, because I plan on doing this a lot more and trying to speed up the output of these particular videos. So anyway, with that, I'll see you guys next week.